Wilson's rocket.
But how can it be?
The hatch is open. Let's look inside. Here's the equipment. It's all American.
Oh, look, here's a signal pad. But it's all torn up.
And look at this and this. This damage couldn't have happened in a crash landing. The rocket's been ransacked by some creature.
Yes, by something terribly strong. Well, let's get away from here.
I better call up Mr. Henderson.
Hurry, Jeff. I've got the feeling something's watching us.
Hello, Mr. Henderson. This is Jeff calling. Are you receiving me? Over. Are you receiving me? Over.
What's happened? Why isn't he answering?
Give him a chance to get tuned in. Hello, Mr. Henderson.
Hello, Jeff. I'm receiving you. Is everything all right in MR4? Over.
We're not in MR4. Over.
Hello, what's that? Over.
We're not in MR4. We found Captain Wilson's rocket about 3/4 of a mile by northwest of our own. Over.
Well, I told you to stay on radio watching MR4. All right, put me on to Captain Wilson now. I'll talk to you again in a minute. Over.
Captain Wilson isn't here. The rocket must have made a crash landing, but he's disappeared. Over.
Now, let's get things straight, Jeff. How did you find Captain Wilson's rocket? Over.
It's the one that we tracked on radar half an hour ago. Over.
All right, Jeff, we'll sort this mystery out later. All right, stay where you are now. We'll take a radio fix on you. Keep transmitting, please. Over.
Tell him what's happened inside the rocket.
That's another thing. The rocket's been wrecked. Over.
Well, yes, of course, in the crash landing. Over.
No, I mean something's been inside it and wrecked it completely. Looks as though it's been ransacked. Over.
Ransacked. Can you close the hatch in that rocket? Over.
Yes, I think so. Over.
All right, listen to me carefully. I want you both to get inside, lock yourselves in, and stay there. Over.
Uncle, this is Margaret speaking. What could have done the damage inside the rocket? Have you seen anything? Over.
No, and I don't want you to either. Now, do what I say. Get inside that rocket, close the hatch, and stay there until we arrive. Under no circumstances, open that hatch until you hear me. Over and out.
Oh, come on, Jeff, let's get inside.
Well, I make this radio fix 78 degrees relative north. So come on, let's get moving.
Wait a minute. That really was Wilson's rocket the kids tracked in. How come it landed after us? Brown, have you got any ideas on that?
You heard Wilson's message when we were in orbit. I knew you wouldn't believe me. That's why I recorded it on tape.
Look, we'll talk about this later. The first thing is to find Wilson's rocket and see that those children are safe. Now, come on.
Right.
Look at the mains cable. What creature could have done this damage?
Oh, it looks as though it's been cut.
Take an awful lot of cutting. This thing's half an inch thick and made with copper strands. How could it have cut through this?
Well, perhaps it did it with its teeth.
But it must have powerful jaws. Anyway, we don't know if it's got jaws.
But all animals have got jaws.
For all we know, it might have been a reptile, or a bird with a huge beak, or an insect with some kind of nippers like a crab.
What? An insect could cut that?
We don't know how big they might grow on Venus.
Oh, but that sounds horrid.
Well, we might look horrid to them.
What's that? Jeff, do you think it's come back?
Jeff, Margaret, come on, open up.
Oh, thank goodness. It's only the others.
Ah, you two all right?
Oh, yes. We thought for a moment...
She thought.
We both thought it was the thing.
What thing?
The thing that did the damage in there?
Well, no trace of Wilson, eh?
No, not a sign.
Well, come on, we better take a look inside.
Well, you two look a bit shaken up. Have a drink of water, Margaret.
No, thank you.
Don't worry. It's from the rocket. It's not from a Venusian mountain stream. If it were, it would be a lot purer, I suppose. Yeah. How about you, Jeff?
Oh, thanks.
But there aren't any Venusian mountain streams. It's all just jungle.
All we've done is come 3/4 of a mile from the rocket. There's a lot more of Venus that you haven't seen, you know.
Well, if it's full of the sort of creature that smashed this rocket up, I don't want to stay.
You're quite right, Jeff. That was no crash damage. Something's been in there. Well, I wonder what happened to Wilson.
Jeff, when you arrived here, did you notice any tracks around the rocket?
Well, no, I didn't look.
Well, come on, let's spread out, see what we can find.
Be careful, we saw a snake near here.
Is this what you're looking for?
Heel mark. Not from the type of boots we're equipped with.
No, Wilson's boots. Or any other tracks, anybody?
No.
What kind of tracks are you expecting to find?
I don't know. It's impossible to tell from the wreckage in there, isn't it? Now, the important thing is to get back to MR4 before something starts nosing around there.
Mr. Henderson, there's some more boot tracks over here.
All right, Jeff, stay with them. We'll see where they take us. Now, Mary, just in case Wilson comes back, you and Margaret had better stay here. Get inside that rocket and keep the hatch closed.
Okay. Well, I'll take a closer look at the damage.
Yeah. Let's get a measure of this animal or whatever it is before we come face to face with it.
But suppose Wilson goes back to our rocket.
Well, then we'll find the tracks leading there, won't we? Come on.
You see, they seem to carry on.
Wait a minute, listen to me. A few miles from here is a mountain range. And behind that mountain range, we'll find the civilized part of Venus.
Brown, what are you talking about?
Look, I've seen one of their cities. That's probably where Wilson is on his way to now.
You've seen what?
Yes. Just before Wilson's last message came through, I was at the periscope. The clouds thinned a little, and I saw a city. Didn't I tell you?
No, you didn't. And even if you had, I wouldn't have believed you. Now, listen to me. We're going to find Wilson, and you're coming with us. That's final.
You're a fool! An unimaginative fool!
The tracks, they stop here. Look at this.
A wrist compass. And it's smashed.
Something in the trees. I heard it move.
Where's Brown?
Mr. Brown? Where's he gone to?
He was here a minute ago.
His water bottle. He couldn't have disappeared into thin air.
Brown! Brown! Brown!
What's happened?
Brown's disappeared.
Oh, you mean he's taken off on his own?
Oh, I don't know what I mean. He was here 1 minute and gone the next. I was talking to him and he vanished.
Oh, he must have run out on you, like he did on Mars.
Yes, he was talking some nonsense about having seen a city. No, but look, he has his water bottle. He'd never go without taking that.
Well, what could have happened to him then?
Oh, I don't know. There are no tracks either.
Not even Wilson's?
Yes, he's end on the edge of the clearing. We found Wilson's wrist compass. It's the same way we found Brown's water bottle.
I heard a noise. It seemed to come from up in the trees.
Well, let's get back to MR4 while we're all still together.
What about Wilson?
No, I think Margaret's right. We better not risk any further search. We'll get back to MR4 and stay there until we find out more about this jungle and what it contains.
Well, I believe Wilson had a portable radio. I found some batteries in the rocket that couldn't relate to anything else. He must have taken it with him.
All right, Jeff, before we move off, just give him one more call.
Hello, Captain Wilson. This is the British Rescue Party. Are you receiving us? Over.
And again.
Hello, Captain Wilson. This is the British Rescue Party. Listen to that.
Well, that must be Wilson's radio, all right, but whatever is making those sounds is anybody's guess. Well, come on, try to get a directional fix on it.
It stopped. Shall I try calling him again?
No, there's no point. Whatever it is that's got hold of that radio, it certainly isn't Wilson. Oh, come on, let's get back to MR4.
Hello, this is Wilson calling.
Can anyone hear me? Is there any human being alive on this planet to hear me? Hello, this is Captain.
You're all right now, Wilson.
Who are you?
I'm Brown, of the British rescue rocket.
I've been trying to call you on this set. Hey, how did you get here?
I don't know. I came to a few minutes ago, and I found myself here.
So they got you, too.
Do you know what it was?
No, I came out of my rocket and something hit me. The next thing I knew, I was lying over there, and there was this strange noise going on. Did you hear it?
Yes, I heard it.
I had a feeling there was something all around me. When I got to the set, the transmitter switch was already on.
Have you any idea how far you were carried, or where we are?
No, I can't remember a thing. Hey, where's the rest of your party? And anyway, why did you land? I thought we were supposed to meet in orbit.
Thought you'd landed. We were following you.
Something moved up there.
There's nothing there now.
I must have imagined it, but still a bit groggy. Now, tell me, where's the rest of your party now?
I am alone, Wilson.
Yeah, but there were others, surely. I mean, what happened to them? You mean they're gone, too? But even if they were taken, there's still a chance they're alive, the same as we are. I'll try and call them.
No, don't use that radio.
Why not?
The creatures that brought us here understand radio. They may be listening.
Now, wait a minute, Brown. You mean to say they've got some sort of intelligence?
Look, there's plenty of intelligence on Venus, Wilson. Those creatures knew what they were doing.
I don't understand.
Well, we've reached the end of the forest areas. We're approaching the mountains, and I'm convinced that those creatures intend us to go over those mountains.
Now, what do you mean, intend us to go? My place is back at my rocket, or yours.
I'm going over the mountains, Wilson. I'll be glad of your company if you want to come.
Well, naturally, we better not split up. But back at the rockets, we may be able to make some sort of contact with Earth.
Oh, you can put Earth out of your mind. We're on a new planet. Well, are you coming? I have a compass.
So have I. It's gone.
Well?
Okay, Brown. You leave me no choice. Thank goodness nothing's managed to get inside here and wreck it.
Not far away, though I'm sure I heard something move in the trees as we came through the clearing.
Yes, so am I. Well, let's not waste any time, Jeff. Get the transmitter set up for a call to Earth. We better report what's happened.
Right.
Well, where do we go from here?
We don't. At least not until we've something more positive to go on.
Mr. Henderson, someone's been calling us at close range, so I left the set on the monitor. Listen.
Hello, this is Captain Wilson calling. Can anyone hear me? Is there any human being alive on this planet to hear me? This is Captain Wilson. This is Wilson calling.
That's all there is.
Well, how did we didn't pick us up on the portable?
Probably too faint. His batteries are low.
Is there any chance of knowing where he was when he sent this message?
No.
Yes, I lined up the direction finder before we left. I've got the reading here.
Oh, Jeff, that was a smart piece of work. Have you got those aerial maps?
They're right here.
Here we are. Now then, this fix would place him somewhere about, let's just see, just about here. That's on the edge of the jungle just before the mountains begin. Mary, how long did it take us to reach there?
About an hour. You going to resume the search?
Yes, I think now we know he's alive, we must make one more try. Jeff, you and I make the trip. Mary, you two will stay behind. Now, you stay in here, keep that hatch closed, and keep radio contact with us every 10 minutes all the way. Jeff, you better get below and change the battery in the portable transmitter.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Margaret, you go down with Jeff. See if you can find some sort of equipment, some heavy piece of equipment that we can carry with us as a weapon, will you?
Okay. A blunt.
Mary, do you think you can manage to get this rocket back into orbit by yourself, if necessary?
Yes. But why?
Because if anything goes wrong and we're not back here within 3 hours, I want you to do just that.
You couldn't expect me to leave you and Jeff behind?
Mary, you know it'd be the only sensible thing to do.
I guess so, but you'll be back.
Yeah, well, don't bank on it. Goodbye, Mary.
Look, just get back. Only one piece.
Don't worry.
Wait a minute, Brown. What's the point of going on? Just where do you think we're getting?
We're getting out of this jungle for a start. It's safer up there.
Yeah, maybe for us, but what about the rest of your party? They may still be somewhere around here. We better go to Hack and have a look.
What chance do you think you have of finding all this jungle?
Look, they came here to save me. I owe them that. I'm going back. You do what you please.
You won't find them. You'll get lost, probably killed, but you won't find them.
Well, at least I'll have tried.
Now, Wilson, no, wait a minute. I've got to tell you. I was the only survivor of that landing. We two are the only Earth people alive on this planet. And you must have realized by now we have no possible chance of getting off it.
Just how long do you think we can stay alive?
A long time. A lot longer than you think. Now, come on, Captain Wilson. If you feel strong enough, I'm going to find that mountain. And behind the mountain is a city built by the Venusians.
Do you really believe that?
I've seen it from the air. There are civilized people there. They'll look after us. My goodness. Well, there it is. There's the mountain. Wilson, what are you looking at?
You know, I've flown over the Amazon and the jungles of Africa. But I've never seen anything as lush and green as this.
As I told you, Venus is a very beautiful planet.
But what lives here? That's anybody's guess.
Why do you keep saying that? I've told you there's a city. Why do you keep doubting my word?
I'll tell you why. Because when I was training for this expedition, I read some crazy book about life on other planets. Now, this author, he had ideas just like yours. You must have been influenced by such a book.
Do you remember who it was by?
No, I didn't even finish it.
Huh, pity.
Brown, if there are people on the other side of that mountain, how do we know they won't be hostile?
I believe we're the only hostile species in the whole solar system.
Well, if you think there's no danger here, why won't you go back into the jungle? Because I figure we shouldn't get too far away from the rocket ship.
What have you got in that rocket that worries you so?
What do you mean?
What was your secret mission to Venus?
I can't tell you that.
Isn't it disgusting that the first time man breaks away from his own planet, he has to do it under conditions of secrecy? What petty, miserable creatures we are.
That's funny. That phrase. That was in this crazy book. Brown. Harcourt, Brown. You're the guy who wrote this book, aren't you?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
how
I
did you
am.
get in on this expedition?
I invited myself. I decided that the first planetary expedition ought to have one man on it with intelligence and understanding. Look at this.
Holy smoke.
Well, now will you believe me?
Oh, I don't know, Jeff. Come on, let's try and sort out where we are. Got that sketch map?
Yeah.
Right. Now, there's the edge of the jungle. There's the beginning of the mountains. I reckon we're about a mile from where Wilson made that call.
If he hasn't moved.
Well, let's hope he's sensible enough to stay where he is.
But he doesn't know we're looking for him. Maybe he thinks he's the only human being alive on this planet.
All right, Jeff, come on. We'll have one more try. Give him one more call. That undergrowth looks pretty thick ahead. Well, I don't know how we're going to get through it. We may have to go round it, Jeff.
Hello, Captain Wilson. This is the British Rescue Party. Are you receiving me? Over.
It beats me how anything can manage to get through this lot. Those animals, or whatever they are, must travel above it. I wish we could do the same. You raise anything on the RT yet?
No.
Oh, come on, let's try and call MR4. Hello, MR4. Hello, MR4. Henderson calling. Over.
Come in, Henderson. Report your position, please. Over.
Well, I'd estimate about halfway between the edge of the jungle and MR4. Over.
Right, we'll plot that. Everything all right? Over.
Yes, not a sound anywhere. How are things with you? Over.
Nothing doing here either. Over.
All right, call you again in about 10 minutes. Over and out.
Well, thank goodness everything's quiet out there.
Well, let's hope it stays that way.
I shall be glad to get off Venus and back into orbit, won't you?
I shall certainly feel a lot safer. Still, I'd love to make a really proper exploration of this planet. Maybe if we get Wilson and Brown back safely, we could do it in an organized manner.
What if we don't get any of them back?
Well, we won't even take that into consideration, Margaret. Look, how about poor old Hamlet? You left him outside. Hadn't you better bring him in before he wanders off?
Dear, I'd nearly forgotten with all that's been happening.
Well, you better not hang around out there. I'll come down the hatch with you.
Hamlet, where are you? Hamlet! Hamlet! Where are you? Hamlet! Ah, there you are. Oh, poor Hamlet. I nearly forgot you, didn't I? But you'll be all right now. Come on. Oh, don't be silly. It's only a lizard.
Here. You put him back in his cage. You'll find some condensed milk there for him. We're getting low on supplies. We're going to have to live off this planet soon. Still, now we know there are creatures. We know there must be a source of food.
Go on, you...
Hello, Captain Wilson. Hello, Captain Wilson.
Oh, there's no way of telling whether he's getting us or not.
Well, it's some time since we got that other message, and that stopped in the middle.
Oh, well, come on, Jeff, let's not delay. Let's just follow the direction of his last radio fix.
Wait a minute, something's coming through.
Hello, this is Mary. Can you hear me? Hello, this is Mary. Over.
Yes, go ahead, Mary, over.
There's something inside the rocket. It broke in through the lower hatch. Margaret and I are trapped in the main control cabin, and it's trying to get in. Over.
What, did you see it, Mary? What was it? Over.
Well, I don't know. I saw something. It looked like a hand. It's moving down below in the compression chamber, and whatever it is, it's a pretty powerful brute. We managed to close the hatch, but I don't know if it's going to hold.
It must hold. Listen.
We can hear it over the intercom. It's smashing things up like matchwood down there. Over.
All right, Mary, hold on. We're coming straight back. Over and out. Come on, Jeff. Something's broken into the rocket. Come on, get cracking.
Well, how are we going to tackle this thing, whatever it is?
I don't know. We'll face that when we get there, whatever it is.
I thought I heard something move out there. Did you? Mr. Henderson? Where are you? Mr. Henderson, 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 where are you?
Keep calm, Margaret.
It knows we're in here. It must be a monster.
This is what Brown calls a highly developed Venusian.
I wonder how many more of them there are out there in the jungle. And now we're probably surrounded.
Mr. Henderson! Mr. Henderson, where are you? Mr. Henderson! Hello, MR4. This is Jeff calling. Mr. Henderson's disappeared, just like Mr. Brown did. There isn't a trace of him anywhere. And I'm all alone here. And that sound, it's all around me. Can you hear me? Over.
Yes, Jeff, I can hear you. Now listen carefully.
The lights!
The radio. Hold on. I put on the emergency switch. That thing must have bitten through the main power lead.
Does that mean it's dead?
I don't know.
Oh, it's still moving.
And we're still trapped in here.
Do you you think my uncle's still alive?
Oh, I'm sure of it, Margaret. Wilson was still alive after they'd taken him. We heard his voice.
What do they do to the people they carry away?
Depends on their level of intelligence. Whether they regard us as enemies or there's something to be curious about.
I don't think any of us will get away now.